Hello, good afternoon, ma'am, or at least in my time is afternoon. My name is Muhammad Rizki Ramadan, and the topics for my final assignment will be discussing on a book entitled Wonder, with its movie adaptation of the same name. Brief information of the book and the movie. The book itself was published in the 2012 by an American author named R.G. Palacio, and for the movie, it was in 2017 and directed by Steven Chbosky. The story itself is about a little boy named August Pullman, or famously known as Augie Pullman, who has been homeschooled in his whole life and was about to enter the fifth grade in a normal school. Augie himself has been homeschooled because he has a severely misfigured face because of a genetic defect that he was born with, had many surgeries for this, and was getting a lot of attention from people wherever he goes because of his face, which then this leads to the social outcast at the school that he was went in and bullying. Moving on, as per most, if not all movie adaptations from a book or a novel, there are many things that the Wonder movie cuts from its original source. In my opinion, the movie Wonder adaptation itself was great, but to the extent of when one only watched the movie as a standalone without reading the book or reading the book first. Because when it was being compared to reading the book, or as me as someone who reads the book, there are many scenes that I noticed were not included or got cut in the movie adaptation. This is kind of disappointing, although probably to the nature of movie, which is limited in time, whereas the book is unlimited in a creation. This also just takes away many things, which makes the book have good character and a steady build up of the story and the events, while the movie took away many of it. It makes the story comparison to be kind of forced in some part or scenes. Two examples of these cases are like on the path and on the death of the pet Daisy. The book shows the Daisy relationship more with the Pullman family, and when he had died, it gives much more impact than the movie. In the book, it was also shown that they had a new dog to replace Daisy. Meanwhile, the movie does not show that. There were also differences at the end of the movie where Augie fought with upperclassmen in the forest. The build-up of the events in the book was much more make sense than the movie with their different settings and also such. Although there are many missing scenes, the important thing that I could note is that at the very least, the movie still conveyed the major theme of Augie's struggle, and the watcher or the movie can learn from it. And next, because there are many differences to how much scene was shown and would not be enough if I were to discuss all of them, I'm going to discuss only several major parts of the story elements differences between the book and the movie. The first one is being the point of view. Both the movie and the book tells the story from several point of view. The book uses this different point of view to have its own character. Like on this page, there are each of this part have its own respective pers- point of view. But while the book that I read have seven covers of seven point of view, the movie only covers four of them, leaving August's friend Summer, Via's boyfriend Justin, and August's bully Julian an extra for this book edition to not be included in the movie. Next, it is also related to the point of view, but it affects to the character of the story. The use of point of view affect the characterization of the story because there were Summer, Justin, and Julian's character, chapter, and point of view in the book, while the movie doesn't have them. Their character in the book are more built up and are given more characteristic, making them more 3D dimensional like. This makes the story for me, in my opinion, more sentimental, touching, and interesting. Moreover, the bully, Julian's chapter in this book edition, makes the reader to also see his perspective on how he had become the kid that he is in his side of the story, making me as a reader to also take in the liking and the feel sympathy towards the Julian character, whereas the movie does not show this in any way, making the Julian character easily be hated. throughout the end. In conclusion, for my discussion, well, there were really no changes to the story itself in the adaptation, but the difference between the book and the movie is in how much exposure to the story each media have. And for me personally, I vote for the book more than the movie because it was much more interesting and complete, and does not feel like to be rushed and forced. Although I don't also dislike the movie because it was very interesting in its own way because of his story and his bringing of the filming. And maybe that's all for me. Thank you very much.